been a little bit since I did a video on this park, or just this game in general, and there are a couple reasons for that kind of made me just stop working on this for a bit. And for anyone who's been following this series so far on my channel, probably notices already that there is something very, very different from the last episode. The spiral coaster is gone. I deleted it. Unfortunately, I built that roller coaster, and I feel I made it pretty clear in that video that I did not like how that roller coaster turned out, but I kind of had hope that maybe the more I'd work on it and the more I'd build up the area around the ride, the more I'd like it. But that just was not the case. I had recorded like 2 entire episodes after that of me building the station, working on the mountain a little bit, making the ride, just trying to make the ride look better and making the surrounding area look better, and just nothing was working. It did not work out. So eventually I was just like, you know what, this series has been like, this series has just kind of stopped existing on my channel for like, I think a couple months now, and it's all because this roller coaster just fucking sucks. So I got rid of it. It's gone, and I will build a spiral coaster somewhere in the park eventually, because I still want to do that. I think I mentioned in the last video that actually got uploaded that I want to try and focus on building rides I generally don't build. There's actually a new roller coaster that recently got added, this LSM launch coaster, so we'll probably build that somewhere in this park. After I deleted the roller coaster, I sat here and tried to like just think about what I want to do a little better before I just start recording, and I think I've decided, because this mountain kind of looks a little awkward here like this on its own, I'm gonna continue this sort of mountain structure all the way around like this back corner, and I think it'll probably stop around here. I don't know if I'll build any rides inside the mountain. I know that was kind of the entire point of me building this mountain, was to have a roller coaster in it, and that just did not work out. Today what I would like to focus on, however, is I'm actually gonna build a roller coaster today, and that's probably gonna be the only thing I build today, is a roller coaster, and just working out where the path and stuff will go. And I think the roller coaster I'm gonna build today is probably just gonna be like a basic out and back wooden coaster. I know I said I wanted to try and build roller coasters I generally don't build, but I don't use this particular train type very often, so that's the train type we're going to be using. So we're still sort of building a roller coaster I don't generally build a lot because of that, right? That works, that counts, right? Yeah, I do actually have a bit better of an idea in my head for how this is gonna go this time around. Let me actually fix the station quick. I'm gonna set this back to the plane station, just so that doesn't look so fucking weird right now. I think we're gonna end up with sort of a T-shaped layout here, so it'll come out around here, come back, probably come back in a little bit, and then sort of just snake around here. We might do a small twister section at the end here. I am also going to work out where I want the path to go, because I do know I want it to kind of come straight under the lift hill here. So I'm actually going to put the path in first before I build the rest of the layout, because that probably would be the smart thing to do. Okay, so we'll just have this sort of come right, I think right here is a nice spot for it to go under. We can put chain lift on that. That looks funny. I hope you all have had, or for anyone who actually celebrates Christmas, I hope you had a good Christmas. I definitely had a pretty good Christmas, I would say. It was an interesting Christmas, but it was a good Christmas. I'm not going to get into too much detail about everything that went down, because it's nothing bad, really, but it is also something I'm still actively dealing with at the moment. But I don't want you all to worry too much about that, because I do plan on explaining it in full detail once the whole event is over. Just for now, I'm going to be playing it safe a little bit, but it is related to something I made a community post about back in like November, so I'm sure anyone who saw that community post knows roughly what I'm talking about. This is really slow. Wow. Okay, I might have to make this taller, because it does go really slow through this turn here, which I guess these older style wooden coasters did have issues with that, so maybe it's fine. Oh wait, oh my god, I've been doing this the stupid way the whole time. I didn't realize I added those parts. Hold up. It's been a while since I touched this game, if you can't tell. Oh, it's beautiful. Which I guess, for an older style wooden coaster, maybe it does make more sense that I do this kind of thing, because it emulates that bumpiness that older style wooden coasters have. We do like a little double up, double down thing here. Oh. Okay, maybe we won't because it almost doesn't make it. I guess we could do it sort of like this instead because I guess, yeah. Can I do 2 here like that? I feel like that's gonna be way too slow. I feel like this is gonna be too slow because this is the same height as this. Although it does go pretty fast over this, so maybe it'll be fine. We'll see. Here we go, let's find out. I mean, I guess that's a semi-realistic speed for like an older style wooden coaster. I feel like doing the original twister section I had in mind here wouldn't make a ton of sense. But I guess, I'm trying to think about it, there was an older wooden coaster that was made like a really long time ago. I don't know how long it operated for. That was very interesting. That had some really wild banking for the time. If I recall correctly, the first drop was like the average GCI wooden coaster drop on fucking steroids. It was ridiculous. I don't remember the name, I don't remember where it was located, I just have the image that I saw of it in my head, but I can't think of like anything else aside from that, so I don't even know if it's like maybe just something I fucking dreamed about, because that's always a possibility, because I have some wild roller coaster related dreams sometimes. Oh, it's so slow. How has it lost that much speed? Boom. There's the wooden coaster. Not quite as interesting as the spiral coaster, but it's good enough. Now, I might have to bring the terrain down a little sooner than I had anticipated here, because this piece of track here is a bit low. I will still continue this mountain structure. I think I'm obviously gonna have to have it be a little bit smaller back around here, but that'll allow me to more gradually fade out of it as you move back this way, instead of just having it suddenly appear like it does right here. I might also carry a little bit of this mountain structure over to here as well, and make it look like this path was carved into it, since I'm going to be continuing this. Okay, now I need this path to somehow make sense, because I put this way far away from the path. I didn't realize how far away this actually would be. This, because we all know everyone loves waiting in these in real life. I can also speed up the chain lift. You can speed up to 10 miles per hour. Super fast chain lift. Speaking of chain lifts, lightning rod should have had a cable lift, not a chain lift. High speed chain lift my ass. That thing is so slow. Maybe I put too much waiting time. I might have put too much waiting time. Oh, you know what? I should build a racing coaster in this park somewhere. I don't think I've ever built a racing coaster in this game. We're definitely building a racing coaster in this park at some point. Alright, I am going to bring out the land a little bit here. Now, obviously, there is this dip down here that I need to sort of work with. I'm not sure how I'm going to make that look natural quite yet. Alright, now for sections like this, I am going to do a little bit to try and make that a little bit more reinforced. I feel like on a lot of these older wooden coasters, you really don't see much of the extra supporting, really, because a lot of these don't have like the crazy forces roller coasters have nowadays. Although, never mind, that's kind of a lie. I feel like this is more of like a CCI era wooden coaster, not like a super old wooden coaster, which CCI wasn't really that long ago. I think, when did CCI go out of business? Because when TCI went out of business, they formed Gravity Group, and Gravity Group's fairly new, I'm pretty sure, still. Anyways, just some things like this, I think. Now, I feel like I should carry this over to here a little bit, because you don't get as much of that turning force here, because obviously the ride's not turning right yet, it's just kind of being tilted here. Most of the force is being pushed in this direction, so I think it would make sense to have some more of these supports this way. And if I'm gonna be fully honest, I'm not someone who... I mean, I like having a certain level of realism in my parks, but I'm also not gonna, like, lose my fucking mind if it's not 100% the most realistic thing ever, especially on a game like this. Now, if it was Planet Coaster 2, on the other hand, I'd care a little bit more, because there's a lot more you can do with making those roller coasters actually look realistic with some of the tools that game provides. So I'll do that same thing over here. I also need to dig a couple trenches out, because obviously the track is going slightly underground. I also want to make this look a little nicer. And then, can I just make this invisible? Oh, that does work. Oh, that's made that a lot easier. Does that look stupid, or does that look cool? I feel like it just looks stupid. See, a lot of these could work if they just simply were wider. Actually, that kind of works, because it doesn't have the cross beams. It just looks like it's an extra reinforcing beam right behind these. Okay, that works. I think that's good. All right, I'm also gonna have to copy this kind of thing and put it over here as well. But I think I might just do that off camera, honestly. Yeah, so I'll do some of those tiny little like detail things off camera. Like I'll build another one of these things here. I'll add the rest of these around and I'll dig out the rest of these trenches off camera. The next episode, I'll build up the station and start working on making this area generally look prettier. And maybe I'll continue the mountain in that episode. But I feel like building the mountain would be a bit boring just because it's a lot of moving terrain up and down. But I also did an entire episode where I just placed trees. So I mean, I don't know.